Students, now I am going to start the ratio analysis, the solvency ratio. In the ratio analysis, there are 4 types of ratio. I have already discussed. One is liquidity ratio, second is solvency ratio, third is turnover or activity ratio, fourth is profitability ratio. For solvency ratio, in the last class I have discussed the debt equity ratio. More problem will be done after completion of the entire syllabus in the revision class for all chapter. A lot of collection is to be provided by me. So, in the ratio analysis, it is very important class for 12 for all boards, CBSE, ISC and all state boards. It is the most important chapter, that is solvency ratio is a debt equity ratio. I have discussed in the last class. Also, I have given a sum and it is also done in the class. Next is total asset to debt ratio. Third is proprietary ratio. Fourth is interest coverage. Interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio. Interest coverage ratio. Debt equity ratio. Total asset to debt ratio. Proprietary ratio. Interest coverage ratio. Now, I am going to discuss the total asset to debt ratio, because it is debt equity ratio I have already done. Total asset to debt ratio equal to total asset upon debt. What is debt? For this purpose, only long term debt is to be considered. Then total asset equal to, what is total asset? Now, total asset equal to tangible non-current asset. What is a non-current asset? Non-current asset is intangible asset, tangible asset, intangible asset, non-current asset, that is, it is most probably non-current asset, and long term loans and advance and current asset, total asset equal to fixed asset plus current asset. In the fixed asset, non-current asset means tangible asset, intangible asset, non-current asset, and other than these and these other non-current asset, and long-term advance plus current asset, we will get the total asset. Total asset equal to fixed asset plus current asset. Fixed asset is explained here, or current asset here. Now, what is debt? It is particularly mentioned here. What is debt? Debt equal to long term debt is to be considered here. What is long term debt? Long term borrowing. Long term borrowing plus a long term provision. Total asset equal to non-current asset. Non-current asset equal to tangible asset, intangible asset, other non-current asset, plus a long term loan and advances. It is the portion of the fixed asset, plus investment is covered. Thereafter the current asset, that is total asset we have explained here. Fixed asset, investment plus current asset equal to total asset. Fixed asset, investment, long term investment plus current asset. Now, debt equal to long term borrowing plus long term provisions. What are the example of this? That is debenture, mortgage loan, bank loan, or loan from financial institution like ICCI, IBDI, SIDBI, etc. Those are the financial institution giving finance. So, debenture, mortgage loan, bank loan from financial institution and public deposit. When public are keeping deposit with different company, it is called public deposit. It may be for 3 years, it may be for 5 years. But again I am telling about the overdraft. Overdraft is a current liability, not it is to be considered for long term liability. The long term debt equal to long term borrowing, long term provision, and the examples of the debts are debenture, mortgage, loan from bank, loan from financial institution, and the deposit accepted by the organization entrepreneurs of the company, which public is making deposit as a fixed deposit. Now, what are the objective of this? What are the objective for solvency ratio? Objectives one by one is mentioned here, and this ratio expresses the relationship between total asset and long term debt. That is, it is a relation between assets and debt. What is the purpose of it? It indicates or measures the extent to which long term debt is covered by the assets. That means, a company or any institution taking loan from the other part, they at that time, those are giving loan, they always consider always consider what? That means, what is the coverage ratio of the loan by the asset of that company. If the higher total of asset to debt ratio implies the use of lower debt in the financing the asset, that asset which means a larger safety of margin of the lenders. When the higher total asset is more, debt is less, then the investor or they is giving loan to the company, they are feeling safety because the ratio of this is higher. That is, the asset which measure the longer safety of margin of the lender. That means, the organization or the company can easily cover the loan of the company by fixed asset. Then, low ratio represent the risky financial position. If denominator is more, numerator is less, the ratio is higher, it is indicating safety for the lenders, those are lending the money to the company or organization. But low ratio represent when denominator is more, numerator is less, low ratio represent risky financial position of that organization. Then the lender, they should feel the lack of, that is, lack of safety will be filled by the lender to the company. It is the main point related to the ratios of, that is, total asset to debt ratio. 1, 2, 3, 4. One is relationship, another is indicate, that means the extension which the long term debt covered by the asset. Then third is the measure of safety. When the ratio is higher, lender feels safety. The ratio is lower, the low rate indicate the risky the financial position. Those are giving or lending money to the company. They are now another thing, that is one, then total ratio formula, then the elements and the examples of the debt, Then objectives of this ratio 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, to get more clear, we have taken an example. We compute the total asset to debt ratio. Fixed asset equal to 16 lakhs. Then investment, non-current investment, not current investment. Investment, there are two types of investment. One is long-term investment, another is short-term investment. Short-term investment is to be considered in the current asset, and long-term asset is to be considered for now non-current investment, not current investment. Then current asset 7,60,000. Then total debt of the organization 18,50,000. 18,50,000 is total debt of the organization. Trade payable equal to 1,40,000. Outstanding expenses, this is this. And bank overdraft is 85,000. Now total asset by debt ratio you have to consider. Then total asset equal to fixed asset and other non-current asset, investment, and current asset equal to total fixed asset. Here total fixed asset equal to fixed asset 16 lakh, thereafter other non-current asset equal to 2 lakh, it is here. Therefore investment, that means that current asset 7,60,000, then 1, 2, 3 we are getting 25 lakhs, 60,000 is the total asset. Then long-term debt equal to total debt minus current debt, that is trade payable, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft. I have already told bank loan is a long-term liability, but bank overdraft is. So total debt equal to, what is the total debt here? 18,50,000, from which we are deducting trade payables, syndicate creditors and BP, that is 1,40,000. Also bank overdraft, I am repeatedly saying it is the current liabilities, we are deducting 85,000, and that is we are getting that outstanding expenses, bank overdraft, if we deduct and trade payable, 1, 2, 3 items we are getting long-term debt. From the total debt, current debt are deducting, that is trade payables, that is syndicate returns and BP, outstanding expenses due but not paid, bank overdraft, it is a current liabilities, and 1, 2, 3, these 3 items we are deducting from the total long-term debt, we are getting total debt, we are getting the long-term debt. Now we are going to formula this, we are coming here for calculation. So total TA, total asset by debt, we have calculated total asset equal to 44,80,000, it is total asset equal to 44 lakhs. Total asset equal to how much? Total asset, I am going through the problem from the question paper. The total asset equal to 25,60,000, unfortunately 25,60,000. What is calculate? We have already calculated here. 25,60,000 divided by total debt equal to 16,000. We are getting ratio 2.8:1. I am repeatedly saying the liquidity ratio and solvency ratio is to be expressed in the ratio form, but turnover in the times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, and profitability ratio is to be expressed in the percentage. So I am giving an example to clear the idea of the solvency ratio, and then formula then there are details, component and objectives, and some is everything is mentioned here. And in the revision class, we will give more collection related to this. In the next class, we will explain the proprietary ratio and we will do problem on the proprietary. It is also too much important for 12th class exam. Now, I am concluding, and all are requested to attend the class related to proprietary ratio. Thanks all of you.